Last time we met up, we were in Strahd's castle and trying to find what appears to be somebody who is working against Strahd. Hopefully, we can turn them to our side.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Just gonna try to catch a specific fish and
I have somehow ended up with a very minor head cold and it's driving me insane.
That's gonna suck.
Yep. No, it's not even like I'm congested. It's just like, oh yeah, post-nasal drip and sore throat. That's mostly due to like allergy. Like, it's either allergies or a very small head cold, and I'm not sure what it could be either. Yes, it is incredibly irritating. Yeah. Is everybody on, or are we still waiting for Josh?
Which one?
Longta.
I'm gonna keep making that joke.
Fair, I guess.
Okay, Gronks.
I have come to tell you that I shall not be here today.
Yes.
I've got one last family event, but I shall be there next Monday.
Okay.
As well as the following.
Fair enough. Okay. So I guess I can recap things. So you had finished helping take over Velaki for Fiona, and found out that she serves Strahd, unfortunately. And putting her in power may not have been the best of ideas, but Strahd seemed to support it because he kind of showed up and said he did.
I mean, we were gonna staff her too, but Strahd showed up.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not much we could do about that.
And then,
Well, I mean, we could have fought him.
your attention was drawn to the church, where,
I'll stand up to any tyrant as long as I can defeat them at the moment.
fair enough. Then your attention was drawn to the church, where Strahd's right-hand man, Rahadin, had murdered the priest and bled him dry over the bones of St. Andrel, turning it from hallowed ground to unhallowed ground. And then you were essentially forced to accept the dinner invitation, where Strahd asked if you would do him a favor. So currently you're exploring Castle Ravenloft, trying to figure out who might be working against Strahd's best interests, with the possible reward that he might let somebody out of Barovia.
I know exactly who it is. It's us.
I mean, fair enough. That is one answer. So yeah, last we left off, you'd reached the, I believe you were on the 3rd floor of the castle, and had just fought a whole bunch of rats in passageway. And that is where we pick up again.
Hurrah. Oh, where are we? Okay, there we go.
Yep, should be.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I think we had just got done fighting statues.
Nope, swarms of rats that were shaped like statues.
That's it. I remember there being something weird about the statues. I couldn't remember what.
Yep, swarms of rats.
Alright. So onward then? I guess so. I don't wish to make assumptions, but when one sees a door ahead of them.
One kicks it down.
Okay.
Oh yeah, just opens it.
Yeah, I'm unable to kick doors down. I'm not the strongest character in our party.
You just like boot down every door in the castle. Eventually, Strahd finds you guys. What's wrong with you people?
I hired you to find a man, not ruin my castle.
They have knobs. I didn't even lock them.
Sorry, I have favorite enemy doors.
Favorite enemy door.
If you watch a lot of Critical Role, you'll understand that favorite enemy doors is not actually all that bad of an idea.
So I think at that point he lets us all go because we pissed him off to a point that...
Well, I mean, how can you keep us prisoner? How can you keep us prisoner at that point? We've kicked down all the doors.
At that point he's just like, get out.
Alright. So the door that you have pried open here leads into a very dusty room. This doesn't look like it's been used much at all in the past several centuries. There is the sweet yet pungent scent of decay in this room. And in the center, there is a large oak table covered in a blanket of dust. Where there's also like fine china and silverware that is kind of tarnished with age. And in the center of the table, a large tiered cake, like an old wedding cake, is standing there and kind of heavily leaning to one side. The once white frosting has kind of turned green with age and mold. And there are cobwebs hanging from the ceiling and the chandelier. On top of the cake, there is a single figure of a woman in a white dress. And
I look at the cake and I look at the piles of dead rats at my feet, and the thought occurs to me: rats didn't want to eat this.
I mean, you're not wrong. Okay, so also there are several instruments over in this corner. Hold on, let me get my indicator. So over here you'll see there's a harp, there's a dusty old lute.
Is there a sham or a horn?
There is not a horn, no, just a harp and a lute.
Yeah.
There's also a door further to the north here and one leading off this way.
I would not recommend trying a cake.
How old does the cake look?
It's kind of difficult to tell. Normally, food kind of decays within several months, or other things will eat it. This seems like it's been standing for a very long time. This room looks like it's been disused for centuries.
Yeah, the cake is in way too good of a condition for the condition the room is in. Nonetheless, still wouldn't recommend eating it.
Oh no. Well, here's the thing. If I was playing Felzu, I would definitely eat the cake. But being that I'm playing God is Luck, I'm not that dumb.
Are you sure?
Yes.
We
So
got
obviously you're not seeing how I play Felzu.
It's the soup.
Don't eat
all
the
over
soup.
again.
Yeah, don't eat the soup. Roll a fort save against every disease in the book, which I still maintain is what he should have done in that case.
Oh yeah. But also, there's this window down here to the south. It is looking out onto the top of the parapets and the walls of the castle. Anything anyone would like to do in this room in particular?
I'm not sure. I'm just gonna go start noodling on the harp.
Okay. So you grab the harp, and you're used to performing, so you actually.
Well, let me be clear. Is this the kind of harp you can hold, or is this like a floor thing?
It is a 6.5 foot tall, 300-pound dark.
Okay, so this is a floor install. Okay.
Oh yeah, this is a fucking harp, man. And as you begin playing on the harp, a ghostly figure appears at one end of the table. He's sort of a short man, very short man wearing like what looks like a fool's outfit, where he's got like the cap with the bells and stuff. He turns around, looks at you as you play, and he goes, "So why have you summoned me from beyond the grave?"
I immediately stop playing and scream.
I immediately just run out the room.
I stare at them for like half a second, and I'm like, I'm really sorry. That was super rude.
They
I'm
act
like,
they act like a ghost is the strangest thing we've seen since being here.
I would just turn undead if I had that feature.
I suppose I'm used to it. And he starts like floating over.
Sorry?
Oh no, it's quite all right, quite all right. Death is boring. So, providing me with some entertainment, I suppose.
Oh, you know you're dead.
Yes.
The
I'm
last
aware.
ghost we talked to seemed unclear on that point.
He reaches out and puts his hand through a chair and goes, "This is probably the greatest indicator."
Just the last ghost we had interaction with were somewhat vague on the whole alive or dead thing.
Oh no, I'm quite aware, quite aware. So So, since you provided me some entertainment, I'll provide you with something in return. He floats over to the lute that's leaning up next to the harp, and he puts his hand kind of on it, subjectively. He says, "This is a very useful, rare item. You might want to take it with you."
What is it? Harp?
A lute.
Taking the harp with us is beyond us.
Yeah, the harp weighs about 300 pounds.
Kind of special.
The harp is almost 7
We can
feet
carry it
tall.
if we work together.
I mean, could we do it? Yes, but unless we want to relegate 2 of our characters to just being professional harp movers, I don't know that taking this harp is wise.
Besides,
What's our first rule growing up in the streets? Only steal what you can keep in your pocket.
the jester goes kind of claps his hands. He claps his hand and he goes, "That is excellent advice, miss. But no, the lute, the harp,
That's only when we give like other people to help us with like
the harp. The harp is not nearly as valuable as the lute, let me tell you.
What's so great about this loot?
Try to play it, see for yourself."
I will.
Okay, cool. So you pick it up, and you strum it, and immediately take 5 damage. As you play it, it lets out a discordant note, and your head just hurts incessantly. And the ghost jester starts laughing. He's like, "Oh, good! I haven't seen somebody fall for that in years. Excellent. But really, the harp is useful. I promise. You simply have to learn how it works."
The harp is the lute.
The lute. Sorry, he meant the lute. The jester said the lute. The DM is kind of an idiot.
Yeah, I get shit all the time. I'm gonna look down ashamedly at the thing in my hands, and I'm gonna walk over to the actual musician and go, "Here."
I've never played an instrument in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't just try to play it. You'll have to sit with it for some time, or the instrument won't like you.
I suppose then I'll keep it.
Excellent choice. Excellent choice. Well, I appreciate this evening's entertainment. And so I leave you, and he begins rising up through the ceiling.
Goodbye.
Is he gone?
Thank you.
Wait! I got questions!
He kind of pops through the ceiling upside down, kind of looking at you. Yes?
So do you work for Strahd, or are you just like, kind of like hanging out here?
Oh, I did for a time, yes. I was his jester, his fool. If anyone could make that dour son of a bitch laugh, I could. No, Strahd didn't kill me. Heavens, no. No, not the Dark Lord. For a while, the Dark Lord employed a inventor who created all kinds of clockwork things. One of his little clockwork toys pushed me down a flight of stairs.
That must have been something.
I
Okay,
mean,
not what I was expecting today.
hell,
Very unique death there. It should be fair.
at least my death.
Congratulations.
At least my death can provide an interesting story.
Of all the methods
Exactly
of
what
death,
most people could say.
of all the methods of death in Barovia, I wasn't expecting talking Tina. Like,
So, we were hired by Strahd to find, like, apparently he has, like, someone who's sharing information who shouldn't be sharing information. As a ghost, you probably get around and hear things you probably shouldn't hear. Hear anything interesting?
He kind of like smiles and he's like, yes, fine. I hear plenty of things. Now, I couldn't
I couldn't tell you the nature of who might be a spy. Besides, half the fun is to figure that out for yourself. I will give you a bit of advice, though. His wives tend to argue a lot. Everyone wants...
I was actually kind of expecting that, with like there being wives.
Oh, yes.
More than one.
Everyone wants to be the favorite, not so much as Ludmilla. She's his eldest bride, of course.
I see.
So maybe we should be looking into her.
He hovers over to the cake and he taps the bride's figurine on top. And he's like,
None of them, of course, would like to be replaced by Tatiana.
Obvious. I'm pretty sure, let me guess, some of the times she tried me up to come to life and one dies, probably because of them.
oh, no, heavens, no, none of them are that suicidal. What do you think the master would do if he found out?
Oh, that's exactly why they make sure to get to my death.
He just kind of laughs. And he's like,
Well, I leave you to your task. Enjoy yourselves.
and he floats up through the ceiling again.
All right, we're always around if you want to talk.
Appreciate it.
Well, that was weird.
All right, so let's